Good afternoon, Average Flatlanders. Today we're going to talk about some hot news. Does the National Park Service hate the American flag, and what happens to American flags in national parks? And we're going to talk about the recent news that came out. It blew up on the internet. Basically, the news was the National Park Service ordered the takedown of the American flag from some contractor vehicles in Denali National Park where they were working, and the internet blew up. I mean, surprise, surprise, in the current political climate, it was just a firestorm waiting to happen, and that is what happened. Basically, what was reported right away, right around Memorial Day, surprise, surprise, it was reported that a National Park Service required the takedown of the American flag that was on some contractor trucks in Denali National Park, and the internet blew up, and everyone thinks the National Park Service hates America. Is this true? And it blew up so much that a couple days later, there was even a big convoy of people with American flags driving through Denali National Park just to show the National Park Service what's up. So what's the deal? What really happened? Is there truly a bunch of liberals in the National Park Service that hate the American flag? What is the truth? I would say it's probably 50-50. So why do I say it was 50% true? Well, there was some shady stuff that happened, some dumb stuff that happened. Of course, the media overblew it for sure, but there is some truth behind what was happening, apparently. So after someone reported this, the National Park Service immediately issued a statement denying everything. On May 26th, immediately the following statement was posted on the National Park Service website, and it's still there. It says reports that a National Park Service official ordered the removal of an American flag from the Denali Bridge construction workers' vehicle at the Denali National Park are false. They say it did not happen. At no time did an NPS official seek to ban the American flag from the project site or associated vehicles. The NPS neither administers the bridge project contract, which was what was going on in the Denali National Park, nor has the authority to enforce the terms or the policies related to the contract or contractors performing this work. The American flag can be seen at various locations within Denali National Park, at the park facilities and campsites, on public and private vehicles, and at employee residences. We welcome the display on the Memorial Day weekend. Well, it turns out that they denied it, and you can still go read this on the NPS website. They didn't update it for some reason, but it turns out they kind of lied a little bit. It is true, in fact, that the American flag is flying at some of the visitor center in Denali National Park, etc., but is it true that no one at the NPS ordered the flag to be taken down with the vehicle? Like they said in their statement, actually, that was a lie. That's not true. Again, a few days later, after that statement they published saying that the NPS, National Park Service, did not order the takedown of the flag, there was another statement saying actually there was. And, quote, after a further review, it has been confirmed that a Denali National Park employee notified the staff about a visitor complaint of a flag flapping on the Denali National Park Road and asked for it to be taken down. It says basically an employee contacted them, had them without authorization of the NPS and without the superintendent's knowledge, and they've taken correcting actions to make sure that employee doesn't do that in the future. So the initial statement the NPS gave was actually wrong, incorrect. Someone at the National Park Service in Denali National Park did actually ask someone to take down their American flag because of a visitor complaint. Should we all go on a witch hunt in the National Park Service for American-hating people? I don't think so. That's probably not a good idea, and it's probably not that true, even though there's a little bit of truth to that. I mean, what bothers me in the first place is somebody at the National Park Service was dumb enough, close to Memorial Day, to actually go order someone to take down the American flag in this political environment and think that that was going to work out well and there was going to be no outfall from that. I mean, you pretty much have to be an idiot to do that, to think that of course it would blow up. I mean, anyone with a brain would think, oh, it's almost Memorial Day, I think we should ask this person to take their American flag off their vehicle. Yeah, that's going to work out real well. And apparently someone at the National Park Service thought that was a good idea to do that. And then the National Park Service, of course, put out a statement saying, we didn't do it. They initially denied everything about it, and they either are too dumb enough to know the truth or they outright lied, one of the two. Just the fact that they backpedaled and had to come back and say, oh, they did do it, but it was without the knowledge of the authorities. I mean, the fact that they already lied about it in the first place, and then they backpedaled on it, who knows whether they're telling the truth or not. I mean, they're probably totally incompetent, like most government agencies, so maybe somebody didn't really know. Maybe they just got a bunch of ding-dongs running around doing stuff like that, and maybe they should pay closer attention. I mean, there's good and bad to this. The bad part is the National Park Service, probably most of the people that work there don't deserve a lot of the political backlash that's going to happen because of this incident. And people are crazy and they'll probably take it way too far and be mean to people, and that's not cool. On the other hand, there's obviously some ding dongs working at the NPS who thought that was a good idea to do in the first place, and no surprise, they're going to have to deal with the fallout of that. So maybe they should be wiser in the future.